All right. Welcome, one and all, to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. I am your host, John. And if you could, hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us. And let's get to it. The biggest fight to come down the pipe this century. I understand Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. They probably had a little more pay-per-view. But if you ask me, Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, two monsters. This really harkens back for me, back to the day when we had the round robin between Duran, Hearns, Leonard, and Hagler. And they were spectacular fights. And we got them in about a 6-year period. Amazing. And finally, Terrence Crawford, who is truly he's really one of the most gifted boxers I have seen. And that's saying quite a bit because there's been a lot of amazing boxers. But now he made a decision. Madridov, he beat. I saw that fight in LA at BOMO Stadium, and it's been a year and a half, and he wanted Canelo Alvarez. Now, he's a big name. I will say that the head of the Saudi Arabia Boxing Fund is the one who made this happen. He told Crawford, go fight some other guys, go fight. And Crawford wanted a legacy fight. And this is that legacy fight. I will give kudos to Canelo Alvarez. He is not afraid of fighting anybody. Yeah, it seems like he didn't really want to fight David Benavidez, but, excuse for my terrible pronunciation there, but he's fought a lot of monsters for a lot of times. And that's one thing I've always respected about the Mexican fighters. Julio Cesar, I'm going to even throw in Oscar De La Hoya. He wasn't at the level of Alvarez or Julio Cesar, but he fought everybody who came down the pipe. That dude wasn't scared of anybody. You know, Shane Mosley lost to him. Let's go again. He was a man's man. And, you know, he was an incredible fighter. But I'm devolving and I'm digressing here. What I'm trying to say is we get two guys, maybe just a little past their prime, maybe a year or two. We have Canelo Alvarez at 35. We have Terrence Crawford at 37. And the funny part is Canelo seems like he's had a lot more mileage. He's been fighting professionally since he was 15. He's got over 600 rounds. This dude's a warrior. This guy's a warrior. This guy ain't no pussy. Straight up, right? So let's go to the tail of the tape. Canelo is 63, 2-2. Terrence Crawford is 41-0. And they are fighting at 168 pounds. Tail of the tape. Crawford came in at 167.5. Canelo is the biggest star in boxing. Everybody wants to fight him because they will get the biggest payday. I will say that he had some really good fights with Triple G. Personally, I thought there was a fight he lost to Triple G, but it wasn't looked at that way on the scorecard. Do understand this. The Mexican population supports boxing. They are the biggest fans in the world. They are the most vociferous. They are the ones more than likely to attend, watch the pay-per-view, everything else. And if it comes to a decision, you have your work cut out for you trying to get the crowd away from Canelo Alvarez. He is truly the fan favorite. He is the rock star. And Canelo has recently defeated William Skull. He was dreadful against Sullivan. He lost to Bivol in 5:07:22. So a little over 3 years ago was his last loss. He's had 5 fights since then. He's knocked down Charlo. He's knocked down 3 of the 5 guys. I would say, I just hate to say lackluster, but it's not up to the amazing standards he has set previously. This guy's an animal. This guy is really amazing. Then he's going against Terrence Crawford, who's going up 2 weight classes. And I remember back in the day, Michael Spinks going up basically the same weight amount to fight Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes was 48 or 49-0. He was going to beat Rocky Marciano's unblemished record. And I remember I was watching with my good friend Joe. We were watching the fight, and they were showing how Michael Spinks trained for that fight. I believe his trainer was Mackie Shilstone. And he wasn't doing traditional boxing stuff, like running with boots and stuff. This dude was doing sprints. He was trying to figure out how to maximize his effort in 3 minutes and then recover in that minute. And I remember Joe. Joe was the old school guy. He was really old school on old school. And he looked at me and he goes, this guy might revolutionize the way we look at boxing. And I was like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming. And Michael Spinks pulled an amazing upset. Obviously, later he got demolished by Mike Tyson. But that aside, that the training that these guys go through is so amazing now. Now, Canelo's doing some amazing training too, right? They got a lot going on here. So let's get to the fight. I will say that there is rumors out there that Terrence Crawford hurt his shoulder in training a week and a half ago. They have disputed him. The boxing person, I've read about 5 stories trying to form for this podcast, and the purse for the fight was about $100 million, I saw. And Alvarez was going to get 90 million and Crawford only getting 10, right? Usually it's a 60-40 split, 55-45. Crawford wanted this fight so badly, he said, I don't care, give me 10 million. Now, the Saudi wealth guy, Shakira or whatever his name is, said that the purse is actually 400 million. Now, that might be true. I mean, it's 100 million to 400 million. These are numbers we really haven't dealt with outside of pay-per-view. And this is going to be on Netflix. And let me tell you something. The last Netflix movie or sporting event was Jake Paul against Mike Tyson. And it buffered. And literally, I thought the United States was going to have a civil war. Let me tell you, if this buffers, we really are going to have a civil war. I hope they figured that out. Just saying. So let's get to the tail of the tape. Canelo 35, 600 rounds on him, 63, 2-2. This fight, I'm going to go back in the archives. This fight really reminds me when Pernell Whitaker laced it up against Julio Cesar Chavez. Julio Cesar got the draw. Pernell absolutely won, dominated the fight. And I think Terrence Crawford being a left-hander, being ambidextrous, I think that's going to pose a problem. I do think Canelo has much more of the power. I am even going to give him the experience because he has been in a lot of big fights. But man, I am telling you, when you have 2 world-class guys and you have Terrence Crawford, who is sacrificing $90 million to get this fight, there's a little more hunger there. That's all I'm saying. I know he's 2 years older, whatever. I am predicting Terrence Crawford by decision. Canelo is an amazing fighter, but I will tell you this. He's got his work cut out for him. He has not seen the speed, the agility, and the left-handedness that Crawford is going to bring. Contraire, Crawford hasn't dealt with this kind of power. And that left hook, if it gets through, is going to be deadly. The one other thing that I think Crawford does better than anybody I can remember in boxing, I wish Joe was here to really help me with this, is he counterpunches. He takes a step back and he fires in. He is exquisite at that. I think that's going to pose a problem for Canelo. We shall see. We have 2 master technicians. We have 2 sublime and supreme boxers getting in the ring. But I am calling it Terrence Crawford by decision. Hit that like and subscribe button and tell me in the comments who you think is going to win the big battle of the century. All right, we'll see you soon on the Off the Rails Sports Podcast.